Okay, my friend, he asked me to make a video on how I clean my piercing every day and take care of it. Because most people don't know how to, and if, like, it usually gets infected. Thing is, I didn't get mine professionally done. You can use stuff like a safety pin or a, like I did. I did a safety pin. You don't want to use an earring because it hurts a lot worse. It takes a lot longer. And you can also use a regular needle, but the best thing to do is usually buy a piercing needle. But if you can't buy a piercing needle, a safety pin works good too. Just make sure you sterilize it, because I didn't sterilize mine, and it got a little bit infected, but it went away. I got it to go away within 2 days, because what I did was I poured alcohol on the outside of it. But a typical, and plus if you use a needle or anything other than a piercing needle, it's gonna make a lot smaller hole than it's supposed to be. Let me just show you. See, like a typical needle is about the size of a regular earring. This is a regular earring, as you can see. It's a little dangly one. And this is a regular lip ring. And a regular lip ring compared to this is a lot bigger. Because a lip ring is like a 20 gauge, which is what I got on my lip. So it's a lot bigger, as you can see. But how you clean it, most people think it's infected because it swells up, but it's not. I'll just let you know that right now. It may not be infected. If there ain't, I'm sorry, but I have to say this, if there ain't like goo coming out of it or something, then it's obviously not infected. But the best thing to do is, if you do pierce it by yourself, make sure you have, if you pierce down here, make sure you have a hoop. If you do not have a hoop, then you need to get one. Or you need to get what I did, get a little, lip stud, like I did. Because if you don't, it's gonna hurt to have that earring in. Because I've done it before. And I just got a lip ring for it. But if you, pierce it with a needle and it's swollen, it's okay to leave, a regular earring in it for a couple of days. But eventually, you'll have to remove it. So yeah, my cat's getting into stuff, as you can see. It's my little kitty, my little kitty cat Gracie. She's getting stuff. She's being all lovable too. But how I clean my piercing is the best thing to do. Hydrogen peroxide, any peroxide. You don't want to use alcohol because it hurts. What I usually do is open the bottle first. Open the bottle. And what I do is I push my lip ring out, because you got to clean outside of it. And feel to make sure there's no crust or anything around it. If there is, you're going to have to pull it off. It might hurt a little, but you're going to have to. And I push it out. And I make sure it's sealed around my lips so I don't get any of it in my mouth. And then after I poured the peroxide on it, because I have it pushed out, I pull it back in and out to make sure it goes through. And as you can see, it really didn't fizzle. That means it's clean. It's good. So that's how you clean the outside of it. You have to clean it 3 times a day. Most people don't do that, but you're supposed to clean it 3 times a day if you don't get infected. The best thing to do is, you can get peroxide pretty much at any store, but the best thing, it's called Magic Sea Salt Spray. It's for body and oral piercings. I paid for it. My dad's girlfriend got it for me. It was $10. My lip ring, if you want them, you can get them at Walmart too. They're cheap too. Mine, I paid I want to say $10 for them, $10, $12. And you spray it. On the outside. And I'm not going to do this because this stuff is really gross, but you open your lip and you spray the sea salt spray on the inside. And you rinse your mouth with mouthwash. But I'm going to do this one, and it's really gross because the sea salt spray is disgusting. And make sure after you do that, you take the front of the earring, and you push it back like that, and you do it. And then you pull it forward. And the best thing to do afterwards is, after you get the sea salt stuff in your mouth, okay, so you don't play with that. The best thing to do is, if you have it in your mouth, you really don't want to swallow it. Do what I did. I spit it out on the floor. It's right on a towel. Come on, kitty. but I spit it out on a towel. And you're supposed to rinse your mouth with sea salt, like you put sea salt in so much water, and you use a lot of salt and a very little bit of water, just enough to make it like liquid. And you stir it up in the cup, and then you rinse your mouth with it. Make sure you pull the piercing back and everything when you do that with your teeth or whatever you have to. Push it back with your finger, anything. And do it for like a minute, like 2 minutes. I know it's gross, and I know it tastes nasty, but it's to keep it clean. Or you can spray some of the sea salt spray, which I really wouldn't recommend because it's a lot worse. But you can spray that in your mouth, and you can rinse your mouth with it. And the best thing to do is what you need to do. If you like drink anything or eat anything other than anything but water, if you have anything other than water, you have to rinse your mouth out with mouthwash. The stuff, one that has alcohol in it, and just pour it in a little cup, a little whatever, in a cup, whatever you do. Dilute it with a little bit of water. Make sure the water is warm because you really don't want that on your piercing, because when your piercing gets cold it kind of hurts if you have it first pierced. But you do that, and you rinse with it for 2 minutes, and then you spit it out. That's what I usually do after I do the sea salt, because the sea salt's nasty. But the swelling in it, if you notice it's swollen longer than 3 weeks, then obviously you did something wrong or it's infected, and you might want to go to the doctor. But if you get a piercing, make sure you're going to go through with it, because if you don't, it'll get infected, and then it can infect your whole entire mouth area and stuff, and you really don't want that, because it'll really hurt. So, your piercings, just make sure you keep them clean. And most people use like the stuff they use for their ears, like the antiseptic stuff for like when you first get your ears pierced, like I have, or when you get your cartilage pierced, like I have a skull in it. You don't use that stuff. Do not use it. It doesn't clean it. It won't help. It will not clean it like it cleans your ears, because different piercings. This one's in your mouth where most of the germs are, so you can see it goes straight through your lip. It's in your mouth where most of your germs are. As in, humans have the most dirtiest mouth because we eat everything and we eat everything like that. So we have the worst mouths. All that bacteria and stuff. So it's easier to clean your ears because they're on the outside. It ain't where that's not where your food goes. Your food doesn't go there. It goes here. And you kiss if you have a boyfriend, you kiss them or whatever you like do. I don't want to know. But you have to make sure you clean it. Don't use the antiseptic stuff like I have, like the stuff you get from Icings or Claire's or wherever you went to get your ears pierced. You don't use that stuff. You use sea salt spray, peroxide, and you also use a thing of sea salt and some water and some mouthwash. What I did was I got mine at Save-A-Lot, my mouthwash. And same with the peroxide. The peroxide I spent maybe not even $2 on. The mouthwash I spent about $3 to $4, but it's like a really, really big thing. And sea salt spray, $10. I got it at Walmart. They usually don't sell it in any other store unless you go to a piercing place. They usually don't sell it. They usually only sell it at Walmart, other than piercing places. So I usually use that. But just make sure you keep it clean. It must be cleaned 3 times. I repeat, 3 times a day. Because if you don't, obviously, you're clearly going to get infected. And plus, the best thing to do is while the swelling's there, that is the main part when you really want to clean it. I haven't cleaned mine in a long time, and it's not infected, but it might be different for you guys. I don't know. I haven't cleaned it. That's the first time I cleaned it in a really long time. And it hasn't got infected, but yeah. And after you get it pierced, you really want to put a hoop in, because regular earrings, the back, it can mess with your teeth. It pulls your gum line down. It can fracture your tooth, or if you accidentally bite it. Because I've actually bit this one already and almost chipped my tooth. You can fracture your tooth by biting the back of it, and you really don't want to do that because it might hurt. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I haven't fractured the tooth or anything, because I got a hoop in it, and then after that I got a regular lip ring, like a little stud. So I haven't done that yet, but you really want to make sure you have the actual proper stuff to do before you pierce your lip. Because obviously if you're not going to take care of it, then don't do it. Because if you get your lip pierced, it does cost a lot, but I pierced mine myself. But make sure you use sterilized stuff, you clean it 3 times a day, every day. Sorry if the thing froze. My boyfriend texts me. He keeps texting me. But just make sure it's clean. It has to be cleaned, because if it's not, it's going to get infected. You're going to have to go to the doctor and get medicine for it. They're going to have to remove it. That's why I'm very careful with mine, because the medicine they prescribe you is penicillin. So if you're pretty much allergic to penicillin, then, and if you're like me, you're allergic to penicillin where it stops you from breathing, you really don't want it to get infected. You really want to take very well care of it. This is the first time I've ever pierced my lip, and I did pretty good on it. I might pierce the other side the next time. If I do, I'll show you guys. But I gotta go because my cat, I'm about to kick her out of my room. She sprawled out on my bed. Look at the camera. Say hi to camera, Louie. Yeah, she's mad at me. My mom was yelling at her when she wasn't even meowing. It was the other cat. So I'll just go make another video if I think of anything. And please check out my videos and inbox me for anything that you want me to do, as in hair, makeup, clothes, anything. I'll do anything, but just make sure it's appropriate, of course. So, bye.